38-35. Nesbitt, the pitch, near side, breaks a tackle, Jones, down the sideline, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Wants to be in the clubhouse, let you go get beat by Missouri, have everything up in arms, and I'll slide down and play for the championship. Still to come, Georgia Tech trying to end some frustration against the Bulldogs between the hedges. The title game, Jags and his leather jacket going. Now, Georgia and Mark Richt, he had never lost to Georgia Tech. Tech eliminated from consideration for the ACC title hunt, but they didn't really care. They just wanted to get this dog monkey off their back. Matthew Stafford, Mohamed Massaquoi. Stafford threw for 5 touchdowns. Dogs were up 28-12 at halftime, seemingly cruising. But the first play of the second half, Jonathan Dwyer.
Well, he's just going to see a nice option here. Tremendous running there, not particularly good tackling. Jonathan Dwyer is one of the better backs in the country. He's only a sophomore. Leads the ACC, I believe, in rushing.
Went for 144 in this game. Now, Georgia Tech had scored a tie at 28. The kickoff after that, Richard Samuel's going to put it on the ground. Tech recovers, and if you see, the ball comes loose just before the knee strikes down. Tech is all over it. The very next play, here goes Dwyer, Mayday.
Terrific job of blocking right up the middle, but keep an eye on Dwyer. The defender has the angle on him, and right to look at the cut. Lights out, he's gone.
Supportive undergarments lying close to the hedges in Athens. Mark Richt brings his team together after being outscored 26-0 in the third quarter. Georgia down 10. Here goes Noshan. 168 yards. Georgia back within 3, but on Tech's ensuing possession, Roddy Jones was craving a helmet sticker, Lou. He goes for over 200 yards.
Well, just they run that option so well, and the problem is if you don't tackle like you see missed tackle there, big things are going to happen for the opposition. 45 points, wow.
A Tech ran for over 400 yards against what was previously the nation's 5th.
Later on Sportscenter, Big 12, Bedlam, Sooners and Cowboys go punch for punch. Rivalry week boils over with must-see blowouts and upsets. And Plexico Burris recovers from a gunshot wound. Details on SportsCenter next.
Ride off into the sunset of his career. Time now to establish the nominees for the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Week. We look at the best plays. Only the top 4 make the cut. The winning school gets $5,000 in the General Scholarship Fund, courtesy of Pontiac. Voting commences on ESPN.com. Just search Pontiac. Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Here are this week's nominees.
Gets the snap, wants to throw deep down the right sideline for Crawford. Touchdown, Arkansas! Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas with another miracle on Markham as Casey Dick goes to London Crawford to beat LSU with less than half-minute remaining on Friday.
3 down, fires deflected, complete, look out! End zone ahead for Gresham. The ricochet man puts up 6 more.
Brett Musburger aptly pointing out that Gresham's had a lot of these. He missed a touchdown catch of his own against Texas, but got a little help from Manny Johnson to get that one against the Pokes.
This is Dwyer making a move. Jonathan Dwyer, 50. Jonathan Dwyer, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. And that's an explosion play to start half 2.
First play from scrimmage in the second half. This one probably defines a game-changing moment. The entire momentum of the game shifted in Georgia Tech's favor on the Dwyer touchdown run.
Reesing in trouble here. Looking. Got him. Meyer. Touchdown, Kansas. Oh, man. Unreal.
Todd Reesing to Kerry Meyer in a back-and-forth game. Less than a half-minute to go. Lifted the Jayhawks to victory over Missouri by 3. Here are the nominees: Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Georgia Tech, along with Kansas. To vote, log on to ESPN.com. Search Pontiac and cast your vote. We'll give you the winner during our coverage of college football on Thursday night. You can also enter for a chance to win a scholarship for you or someone in your family. Reaching the end of November, and still there are questions to be answered, particularly in the Big 12. Oklahoma stated its case against Oklahoma State. We go back to Stillwater now, and Chris Fowler.
College Football Final is powered by Pontiac. Vote for this week's Pontiac Game-Changing Performance beginning Sunday at 9 a.m. ESPN.com, keyword Pontiac.
Here is the prize to the school. And have guys who win helmet stickers signed, suitable for framing, suitable to wear to the gym to work out, whatever you want to do with it. Guys, let's hand out some of the coveted helmet stickers.
So the first one goes to Georgia Tech running back Roddy Jones. 13 carries, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Georgia Tech ends their 7-game losing streak to Georgia 45-42.
And this one goes to wide receiver Kerry Myers for Kansas. He set a school record 14 receptions, 2 touchdowns, including a game winner with 27 seconds left.
James Casey of Rice, not only did he help Rice knock out crosstown rival Houston from the Conference USA title game, he caught 12 passes for 172 yards, and he scored 3 different ways, 3 catches, a touchdown pass, and he ran for 1, too.
Boston College linebacker Robert Francois, 10 tackles, 3 for losses, a pick 6 for a touchdown as Boston College defeats Maryland and represents the ACC in the Atlantic Division in the championship game.
And this one goes to Jeremiah Johnson, the running back from Oregon. He rushed for 219 yards, a touchdown, as Oregon racked up 694 yards of total offense.
I know it's hard to pick out one guy on the Oklahoma offense, but Jermaine Gresham was unbelievable. 9 catches, 158 yards, caught that deflected pass for a touchdown that really turned the game around, scored a couple of times. The big tight end was just a thorn in the side of the Cowboys throughout the entire game. Jermaine Gresham gets a helmet sticker. Okay, you heard Fowler talking about all the voters and how they're going to go. What's the last quick piece of advice you'd give the voters in settling the Big 12 South?
Vote Texas Tech.
When in doubt, don't vote.
That's un-American.
You got to have it in your heart. You got to have it in your heart. There's an awful lot of great games we didn't get to. I'm sorry.
But you have to vote.
Okay, vote for a Big 12 team.
This is Sportscenter.
Can you smell the roses? Civil War becoming ugly early, and it's Big 12 bedlam in Stillwater, while an underdog nearly upsets the whole thing.
Dwyer, 10, 5, touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Rivalry week boiling over with little old-fashioned hate and a border war upset, while Bama and the Gators set the stage for an SEC showdown. Recovering from a gunshot wound, the latest on Plexico Burress and why he says it was an accident. Plus, Team Green turns to the truth in a tight spot, while LeBron turns it on when it counts. On SportsCenter right here, right now. Good stuff there. Georgia Tech, Georgia, win for Georgia would give the Bulldogs 10 wins for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons. Matthew Stafford finds Mohamed Massaquoi, one of 3 first-half touchdowns. Stafford, another big day, 24 of 39, 407 yards, 5 touchdown passes. Third quarter now, first play of the second half. Georgia Tech down. Josh Nesbitt, Jonathan Dwyer breaks the tackle, gets a great block, and he is in. 183 rushing yards in the game for Georgia Tech. 28-20 after the 2-point conversion. Kickoff after Georgia Tech tied the game at 28. Richard Samuel at the 2. Up the middle. Fumbles. Watch it again. Ball knocked out as he falls to the ground. Yes, Georgia Tech recovers. Great field position. Very next play. Dwyer again. Now, Remarcus Brown has a good angle on Dwyer. You see he's eyeballing him. But hello. 248 rushing yards for Georgia Tech. Now Mark Richt taking his team, talking to him after being outscored 26-0 in the third quarter. We need to reassess, recalibrate, reboot. Fourth quarter.
Script management.
Georgia down 10. Stafford and Noshawn Marino, 17 carries, 94 yards. Oh, almost a horse collar. He let him go, and he got in the end zone. 168 total yards. Georgia Tech's ensuing possession. Up by 3, Nesbitt to Roddy Jones. Breaks 1 tackle, 400 rushing yards for Georgia Tech. They win 45-42. They go to 9-3, same as Georgia.